Hey, welcome. My name's Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and this is another live session from content out of our training program. And we're one of the top 10 sales development programs in the world. That's where we are ranked. And I'm pleased to be able to share with you some content. I apologize, got a little bit of screen flash in the background, but it's because I got notes. I got notes here for today because we're talking about winning in 5 seconds with the phone. Now think about this. I want you to stop and think about this for a moment. How do you win in 5 seconds? Because that's really, when you make a prospecting call, that's all you have. You have 5 seconds. And if you don't capture the mind of that person within 5 seconds, you're toast. It's done. Show's over. And what I'm going to be talking about comes, like I said, comes out of the Sales Hunter University. I really want you to go ahead and grab that. I can't stress it enough to jump out there and grab it. But anyway, hey, let's jump into some of the content, because what I want to share with you is really, how do you win in 5 seconds on the telephone? Now, think about this. Okay. You want your phone call to be successful. You make a prospecting call. And remember, there's one of 4 ways that your prospecting call can go. You can be picked up by the person who you're looking to talk to, or it can be picked up by an administrative assistant, an operator, whatever. So that's 2 of them. That's what we're going to be honing in here today on. Or it can go to voicemail, or it could go to some sort of an automated prompt system. Now, we're talking here today about the first 2. This is when you get a live person on the phone. Now, here's something for you to think about for a moment, okay? This is something. How do you start that call? One of the big mistakes people make, and it shows so quickly, is they believe they're calling somebody who is like them. You're not calling somebody like you, because here's what I found. If I'm calling fellow salespeople, and I'll walk through this in a bit, you can really behave differently than if you're talking to a non-salesperson. I see this all the time. I see this resonate loud and clear. We got a lot of comments that are coming in already. It's absolutely terrific. Great to hear. Great to see everybody. This is absolutely terrific. The gatekeeper, in fact, it's interesting. Here we go. Steve was talking about the gatekeeper. And yeah, let's kind of hone in on this, because one of the challenges people have is they flip to something else when they get the gatekeeper. And I'm going to challenge you that you don't. And I'll explain why here in just a bit. Here's why. The reason is very simple. The reason is you have to be able to create a level of credibility quickly, or the person is going to push you aside. And they are going to push you aside. We've got a lot of people connecting already from all around the world. It's absolutely terrific. Great to see everybody. Great to hear from everybody. It's absolutely terrific. Here's one of the big challenges, though. You can't start the call off by saying, "How's your day going?" Now, think about this for a moment. Somebody calls you and they say, "How's your day going?" and you don't know them. What does that automatically tell you? They're a salesperson and they're not very confident. And oh, by the way, do you think they really care about your day? No, they don't care about your day. They really don't care about your day. They don't. What they're doing is they're trying to say something like, "Wow, I want to just ask how their day's going because I'm not quite confident and I want some practice getting them speaking, and I want to get speaking." And a great comment here, I tend to check their tone or cadence once the answer. Yes, there is. And there's a way that you can do that. And I'm going to share with you some strategies on this. There's a little bit of the cadence and tone that we can pick up by just how they answer the phone. Hello. Do they say their name? Do they say their company? Are they short and abrupt? But here's what I found. Don't necessarily allow that to throw you aside. Many times what happens is people will get somebody and they'll sound rather abrupt, and they immediately think it's an abrupt person. This call's not going anywhere. No, don't think that at all. What this means is it just means you've got maybe 3 seconds instead of 5 seconds. So here's the thing. Don't start off by asking, "How's your day going?" Or don't start off by saying, "May I ask you a few questions?" Now, stop and think about this for a moment. If you stop and ask somebody who you haven't talked to, "May I ask you a few questions?" Well, no, excuse me. You interrupted me. What's this about? You see, you haven't qualified as to why you need to ask the questions. And you have to qualify first. Another piece is when you call people up, you say, well, I'm looking for whoever is responsible for X. Wow, big mistake, big mistake. Yeah. Or you say, you know, I'm looking for whoever is responsible for, or whatever. I mean, it just, these types of statements are a joke. Now, here's why. Gatekeepers are by and large instructed to kind of be a gatekeeper. That's why they're called gatekeepers. And many times what happens, oh, are you a salesperson? Are you selling something? And, oh, yes, you are. Well, then guess what? They're going to refer you to purchasing. Purchasing is not where you don't want to go to purchasing. You don't want to go to purchasing. You want to go to anywhere but purchasing. So what I say is this. I'm going to sit there and ask them, and this may be the gatekeeper, the exact same question I would ask the person if I knew they were the decision maker. See, think about this for a moment. Think about this. When I do this, it now suddenly gets them thinking. This is great. We've got Central America checking in. We've had South Africa checking in. We've got Vancouver Island. Oh, Vancouver Island, great place. I actually grew up in Seattle, and used to spend a lot of time in Vancouver, and of course Victoria, right across the water there. It's great. Yes. Boy, we got great comments coming in. Wow, this is just incredible. I love the comments. You see, here's the whole situation. I'm going to ask the gatekeeper the exact same question. Now, here's the whole thing. I may say the question is, hey, how are you handling this? How are you handling the change in regulations on this? And they might say, hold it, I'm not the person. Oh. And this is how you're responsible. Oh, I thought you were the one who was responsible. I thought you were the person. My apologies. Would you mind going ahead and connecting me to that department or to that person? You know what's interesting? You'll get a much higher connection rate right then. You'll get a much higher connection rate. It is amazing. Don't hesitate to ask the gatekeeper the question you would have asked the decision maker. Hey, we got Pakistan here. This is great. We got Italy here. We got people. We are gonna get people from all over the world. I love it. I love it. This is absolutely terrific, because sales is truly global. Yeah. Hey, here's the whole situation though. When I asked the gatekeeper this question that I would have asked the decision maker, and they stop and they go, well, hey, I thought you were the one. And you notice how I'm kind of saying that? I'm saying that in a very personalized voice. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were the one who made those decisions. Would you mind connecting me with the department? Would you mind connecting me with those people? And you know what's interesting? They will invariably connect you to who it is that they want to. Yeah. Now, here's the whole situation. The text you use is going to vary based on the person, the type of people you're talking to. Okay, we got a lot of other people I got to recognize. We got Nigeria in the house. We've got more comments. And Stephen, of course, is sitting here saying, don't forget the UK. I won't forget the UK. Oh, hey, we are brothers of a separate, we're separated by a common language. Yes. Anyway, that's a bad joke. I'm sorry. Anyway, here's the whole situation. Salespeople, I can get away asking different things. Let me share with you a couple of techniques that you can use for asking when you're talking to salespeople. Okay. I can sit there and say, hey, I just need 23 seconds of your time. Yeah, I'm a salesperson. I want to pitch you on this. Can I get 17 seconds? And you know what's interesting? Many times they'll say, sure, okay. Now you better make sure you're holding it to 17 seconds. But it's amazing what happens. It's amazing. Hello from Saudi Arabia. This is great. We are getting people from all over. Terrific. You see, here's the situation. Here's what I'm coming back to. I have to change my vocabulary, my text based on who it is. You see, if I were to call up a non-salesperson, get to it in just a second here. And use that same technique. Hey, I'm a salesperson and I got a pitch for you. You have 17 seconds. And I use that on a person who's not a salesperson. They're going to think I'm slimy as can be. And they're going to throw me under the bus. They're going to say, forget it. They don't want to. But see, if who I'm selling to is salespeople, then I could go and use that approach. I'm not saying to use it, but you could use it. You see, what I'm challenging you with is this very simple piece. You have to be very careful that you don't take script that you just take off the shelf because somebody said it works and apply it to you. No. Because your tone is going to be different. Your customers are going to be different. Everything's going to be different. You have to refine it. This is where I sit here and say. So if I'm calling non-salespeople, I can't use what I just shared with you from the context. Hey, do you have 17 seconds? Now, here's what I found. I have found a lot of salespeople, a lot of SDRs, sales development reps, who use this approach. Hey, I got a pitch for you. Just need 17 seconds of your time. And they will get people who will listen to it. And they may even get you in front of more people. Or they may actually, pass you through to somebody else. But it doesn't necessarily result in a conversion in terms of a customer. So you have to be careful. And this is one of the challenges. I can get a conversation, but I need to understand as to whether or not it's an opportunity that I can close. Okay. Now, here's the whole situation here. We got a lot of let me pop some up here. Costa Rica's in the house. We got Fort Worth, Texas is in the house. We've got plenty of other things. Hey, what's your because statement? I'm calling because, and that's exactly, Giovanni, you must have been at the rehearsal because that's where I'm going right now with it. See, here's the whole thing. You need to sit here and give a because statement. And let me walk you through some. These are ones that I really love. Ross, this is Mark with Allied. How's your company responding to the raw material shortages? Or Ross, this is Mark with Superior. Your project on 8th Street. What's the timeline for having it completed? Ross, this is Mark at Big SaaS. What are the issues you're facing dealing with hackers and ransomware? Now, you see what I'm doing here is I'm asking a question right off the bat. Now, here's what's interesting. Notice how I use the person's first name. Sometimes I don't know the person's first name, but I could ask each of these of the gatekeeper. Now, here's where this goes. They're going to sit there and say, excuse me, why are you asking? Why are you asking? Well, I'm Mark with Allied, and I've helped other companies just like yours deal with the raw material shortage. You see what I did? I just gave you a confirming statement. And then I asked the question again. So how are you handling? How are you handling it? And immediately what I'm doing is however they respond back to me, with whatever they respond, I share it back with them and I ask them a question on it. This is absolutely key. You see, my objective in the first 5 seconds is to get your lips moving with something meaningful. We've got St. Louis in the house. We've got more comments coming in. Thank you, bet. Rehearsal and outbound equals success. It does. I was making sales calls this morning, and it's amazing. I've already set up 2 appointments for next week, and I'm working on 2 other opportunities. And this is the exact approach I use. I go, Ross, this is Mark, the sales hunter. How's your company handling the 4th quarter? How's your company handling this? Or I tailor it right to the very specific industry that they're calling it. Hey, Sam is jumping in with quite a long comment here. Hey, Mark, Zig Ziglar's method still useful? And should you try and turn around people who say they're not interested in the first cold call, or should you just focus on sales as a number idea? Oh, hey, you know what? Sean, I said it. Sam, I'm sorry. Sean, I want to run with this one for just a second. Excuse me. Squirrel. I'm chasing something here. This whole thing, I do try to turn them around. Because my objective is to earn the right, the privilege, honor, and respect to be able to talk with that person again. They may reject me. I may not be able to. Hey, would you mind if I just ask you one question? See, if somebody rejects me, I'm going to come back and I'm going to sit there and say, may I ask you just one question? So how are you doing handling this? And they may blow me off. So that's fine. Okay. I allow them to blow me off, but that doesn't mean I ignore them forever, because I'll come back to them at a later time with a new message, with a new statement. I may try to reach out to them by way of email or social media. I may try some other means. But if I know that I can help that person because they're in an industry that I can help, I owe it to them. So I'm going to be coming at them again and again. Even if they say, hey, don't call me again. Okay, you're right. Okay, fine. I won't call you again. But hey, if I do come up with something really, really important, would you mind if I reach out to you? And the vast majority of people say, yeah, that's okay. Some will say no. And again, you know what? If I know I can help them, I'm still going to reach out to them again. I'm still going to. You see, the key here is you're coming straight at them with a question relevant to their business and what they're concerned with. This is what's absolutely key. The first 5 seconds, I've got to frame up to them quickly. And that's how I do it. See, here are some other pieces. Okay. If you do ask somebody this when you're coming at them, right, and they're not the right person, they'll tell you, which is what I want to know. And they'll ask why you're asking or so forth. Then you can sit there and say, okay, hey, I'm going to sit there and say, because we've worked with other companies just like yours to help them solve. And I love that statement. We've worked with companies, or I've helped other companies just like yours deal with the same situation, because that's a confirming, confidence building statement. See, I'm coming back to them and I'm playing with them. Another response or type of response I use is, yeah, I'm Mark with, and this same issues come up with other companies I work with. So, and then I repeat the question, because I do want them to answer the question. Don't let them off the hook, because I'm trying to get the conversation going. And one of the ways I get the conversation going, now this goes beyond 5 seconds, is that I'm sitting here and I'm sharing with you a couple comments and I'm asking your opinion. See, these are all some of the things that we have in the new masterclass out there, which is on phone prospecting. And I jump out and grab the phone prospecting course, would you? Because we got like 14 videos, 33-page workbook. It's massive, all on how to prospect on the phone. And we dive in deep into this whole 5-second issue. What I'm doing here is just sharing with you kind of a tip of the iceberg. But see, here's the piece. Here's the strategy. You have to treat, regardless of who it is, as if they're the decision maker. This is what's key. Especially the seasoned gatekeeper who is used to blowing people off, who is used to pushing people aside. They're the ones that are going to pass you to purchasing. Or they're the ones that say, oh, well, I'll just take your name and I'll have the person call you. But see, if I ask them that question, oh, but I'm not the right person. Oh, I apologize. I thought you were. And even if you know up front it's a gatekeeper, and this can come off a little bit, I get it. They're still going to respect you for it, because you're asking them a question relevant to their industry, relevant to who they are. I love what this is all about. Yeah. Now, somebody's asking the question here, and I got to get back over to it here in terms of WhatsApp. Okay. And what are your thoughts of asking customers using various apps? Yes. Yeah, I can do it. Same thing. Whether it be a text or the voice, I do it the exact same manner. WhatsApp is an app used in most countries around the world, with the exception of the United States. So if you're in the US, you might say, well, what's this all about? It works very, very well. and I use the first 5 seconds, what I've just been sharing with you, as the WhatsApp audio, and it works. Yeah. Here's the whole situation. If you don't get the people in the first 5 seconds, you won't get them. You see, there's 3 gates in every prospecting call you go through. Three gates. Let me just walk through this real quickly. First one is the first 5 seconds. Okay, this is where you've now allowed you're now allowing the conversation to continue. Second gate is now where you're engaging and you're learning information, and the third gate is the call to action. But see, I can't get to the call to action if I haven't first passed through the first 2. Let me summarize very quickly here a couple of things I've been talking about. 1, treat the gatekeeper, the administrative assistant, the same way you would the decision maker. Ask them that spot on question. 2, don't sit there and lead with comments such as, how's your day going? What's happening? What do you got planned for the weekend? Those types of things. 3, understand who your audience is. Again, I can use a little slightly different technique if I'm calling salespeople than if I'm calling non-salespeople, but I got to understand who my audience is. 4th piece is understand that my whole objective is just to engage you in a conversation. Hey, I just wanted to share with you a few of these ideas. As you know, every week I try to put one of these videos out as my schedule allows, and I really do want to encourage you to jump over to thesaleshunter.com, university at the top of the page, or just here, go learn.thesaleshunter.com. Check it out, get there. And here's what it's about. It's about phone prospecting. I love the phone. I've been on the phone most of the day today, talking with people in multiple countries, booking appointments, making things happen. And I don't care where I am in the world. It's the first 5 seconds that count. Hey, pleasure. Check out all the videos out there on my YouTube channel. They're all out there for you. And Sean truly says, it is truly a numbers game. And I'll tell you what, I agree with that. It is truly a numbers game, but I'll also share with you this. Don't think for a moment that you don't have the ability to make a difference on every call, because your attitude going into the call is going to determine the results you get coming out of it. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter of the Sales Hunter. I do hope you found some value in this. I want to say thank you very much, and do check out our online university, because we also have level 3, which is the all access pass, which gets you access to everything, which really is it. That's the best price. And you even get one-on-one time with me. You'll love it. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.